What's up, everyone? Happy Cloudflare outage day. I hope you guys are all really enjoying it. What is Cloudflare outage day, you say? You didn't hear. It's the day when Cloudflare decides to turn off the internet. Here was the global network outage notice early this morning. It went on for quite a while. ChatGPT was offline, Twitter X was offline, and so was Warrior Trading. I can't believe it. This was very disappointing, and this really threw off my whole day. So this morning, I pull up my scans on my phone, Day Trade Dash, at 6:30. I look at the scans, and I see that we already have a leading gapper. The leading gapper was OLMA. I see that it's a 50 million share float, and I'm like, that's pretty high. But, it ends up being up 150, 200, all the way to 300% on the day. Fantastic. But by the time I got over here to sit down and load up my computer, little did I know that today would be Cloudflare outage day when they decide to turn everything off. It was crickets. The internet was quiet. It was the day everyone had to read a book. It was very difficult for many of us. And so I wasn't able to load our website. I wasn't able to load, dozens of websites. I was even going to Down Detector to figure out what's down, and Down Detector wouldn't load. Down Detector was down. This is really bad. When the Down Detector's down, you know it's a problem. So the result today was that a lot of traders, including myself, didn't have access to our most valuable tools. I couldn't get into the scanners, so I couldn't see what was going on. Now, of course, I do have other tools that I can use as a backup, but none of them are as good. So I pull up I've got my Webull account right here. I've got a Thinkorswim account. I've got a Lightspeed account. Some of these brokers offer some kind of basic scanning. And so, I was able to use that, but it doesn't have all the filters that I want. And then I also recognized, I'm not the only one going through this right now. In fact, probably the majority of traders out there are experiencing this outage in one way or another. Now, if we don't have access to tools or we don't have access to our trading software, that's going to mean a lot less people are trading. If you've got less people trading, you've got less volume. So you could have a stock that has fantastic news, but if there's no volume, it's not going to move. Nothing's going to happen. It just falls on deaf ears. And that's exactly what ended up happening today. So we got back up online, and many of you guys tuned in, by the way, to my stream here on YouTube. The live day trading morning show was back, thanks to and sponsored and supported entirely by Cloudflare. So big thank you to Cloudflare for the hard work to make that possible. So I did my stream here on YouTube, gave you guys basically my morning commentary, but didn't take any trades because I just felt like I was too discombobulated and I was irritated, trying to do a million things at once and troubleshoot and talk to the developers here at Warrior Trading, figure out what they're doing and, how we're going to solve this. And so I wasn't in a good space to take any trades. So what I did instead was I gave you my commentary. And then at the end, I switched gears to Warrior Trading. I logged into the Warrior Pro Mentor Room and I hosted a 2-hour-long Q&A session. So we had hundreds and hundreds of questions posted, and I didn't leave till every single question was answered, which was pretty cool. So I answered a ton of questions. And so the people that were tuned in, well, we didn't get to have live trading today, but you at least got some really good education. And I think you got some value out of it. And so today, since I can't upload a fantastic recap breaking down my small account challenge or even my big account, I want to give you guys a link where you can watch this 2-hour Q&A session. You don't have to necessarily be on the computer to watch it. If you're driving or if you're doing other things, you can listen to it because a lot of it was like Q&A answering questions in a more verbal form rather than by examples. So I will put a link. It'll be pinned to the top of the comment where you can watch this Q&A session. I hope you guys check it out. And I think this was, kind of an unexpected day. It was slow on Friday. It was slow on Monday. Today, there were opportunities to be had, but the internet had this big outage. And, as you can see, it was a global outage. It affected, big websites all around the world. So unfortunate, but these things happen. And rather than trying to just trade through it, I accepted the reality that it was not going to happen today. And the next best chance for a good day is tomorrow. So I will be back at it first thing tomorrow morning, bright and early, streaming at 7 a.m. And hopefully we'll be in a good position. You know, of course, Cloudflare is going to be working hard to make sure services are really in a good place tomorrow. So I think we'll be in a good place. And so you guys will see me tomorrow morning, and hopefully we can break the ice with some trades in the small account. But in the meantime, check out the 2-hour-long Q&A session. I think you'll really enjoy it. Link to that's pinned at the top of the comments and in the description. I'll remind you, as always, trading is risky. My results aren't typical, so please manage your risk by practicing in a simulator before you ever put real money on the line. With that, I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning.